What's up, family? What's up? What's up? Yo, it is Monday, and I hope that you're as excited as I am. Before we get this thing started, let's first start by giving gratitude. Okay. I know a lot of you, when you come into Monday, you're bummed out. You had your fun weekend. Now you have to go back to work instead of thinking about now I get to go back, right? We're not excited about it. But part of the reason why we're not excited is because we don't have gratitude. So let's start with just a moment of gratitude. And that gratitude is for waking the hell up today, for waking up, for being able to breathe. So I'm going to start there. So, gratitude to God, to the universe, whatever your faith is, and just for having this opportunity in front of us today. So, I'm going to take a deep breath with you all. Here we go. Mm, It's a great day to be alive. It's not only a great day to be alive, Monday is Monday represents opportunity. Monday represents potential, untapped potential. So that's how I want y'all to look at Monday when you go into Monday. And I've been telling my salespeople and my employees for this for years, just how excited Mondays have always made me, because it's the start of the race. It's the start of the race. Friday's the end of the race. You can't do anything about what's happened, but right now, everything you do today, everything you do tomorrow will affect an outcome over the rest of this week. And you need those outcomes. You need them sooner than later. Why? Because we're in the holiday season. How many weeks do you have left? And how many weeks do you have? Do the math right now. I will take a sip of my coffee while you guys do the math. Some good shit. The answer is 3. The answer is 3. You came to the conclusion of 5, 6, whatever it is. The answer is 3, because this is the holiday season, baby, and we understand how challenging it can be, and it's going to be to nail down our decision makers and to build funnel. Now, that said, I've always experienced great closing rates in December from my teams. We've done like great business in December because people are closing out their years. There's a sense of urgency around that, but there is a challenge in funnel building. This is why we get into January and February and your business goes to shit. It's because December we weren't really building funnel. November we weren't really building funnel. And part of that is because it's a little bit more challenging. You have half the time that you would normally have to build funnel. So that is why today we're going to get into some shitty DMs to bring you guys again back to or give you the proper focus on Monday right now, which is the most critical time for you to activate your advocates, for you to do your prospecting, for all those sorts of doing all those things that are going to help you with the front end of the funnel building process. You got to do it today. You hear me? You feel me? Today. Today's the day, not tomorrow, not Wednesday, not Thursday, today. So ask yourself, what are you going to do today? What are you going to do this morning? And I will bring you guys back to my philosophy on prospecting. Pardon me. Quality over quantity. I want 5. I want you to do 5 quality outreaches today. And all that starts with your database. It starts with putting the time in to make sure that you're reaching out to people with intention and sincerity. All right. If you're trying to get those solution sales, you're in solution sales and consultative sales. There are, and I'm going to, over the coming weeks, share some insights with you guys. I'm testing a whole bunch of stuff on this end, because I want to be better informed to make sure that I'm able to give you guys the advice. What never changes is my philosophy on doing business. Now, the tools that you use, they're changing. Technology is evolving. Technology is changing. And so we have to learn how to bring those technology tools and not push away, but embrace the technology, because once that bad boy is out the bag, it ain't coming back. But embrace it, but use it in ways that align with our philosophy, which our philosophy is all relationship centric selling around here, right? Because you guys understand, and I understand that that's how you build the deeper relationships. That's how you enjoy your life. That's how you enjoy your business. And that's what's actually scalable, right? So you will be able to monetize the people that you're working with today, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, selling different products, selling different services. It won't matter because you've built those relationships on value and on that client and customer understanding that you are tapped into what matters the most to them first. And whatever your solution you're bringing to the table is going to help them to achieve their goals. All right, let's get into some perfect message tool shitty DMs. So I'm going to share my screen, and I have not. We're just going with what I got. I love doing this. I love doing like impromptu. We just plug it in the tool, so you see how the tool works. So you can use it to work for you as well. All right, let's share the screen. All right. So perfect message tool that is on the RonnellRichards.com website. You can also get to it directly by going perfectmessagetool.com. All right. So let's go into Ronnell's LinkedIn and pull out some random emails here. So we have this one right here from Laura Red. That sounds like a fake name, right? I'm pretty sure it is. And why is there a period on the end of her name? Look at that, Laura Red. Is that it's me? No, that's right. Like it's anyway. So here we go. We're gonna copy and paste this. And we're gonna throw it right into the tool. Right here, start review. Throw this bad boy in here like this. Bam! And let's let it do its work. Now, let's read through it. It says, let me see if I can blow this up on this side for me so I can see it a little better. Let's hide that. All right, I'm going to change my layout just so I can see this a little better. Okay. It says, as a senior executive, I am sure you've thought about building your professional online presence, but probably don't have the time to do it properly. You know what? She's right. No, she's not right, right? So that's just at surface. The first thing, like that tells me ICP work hasn't been done, and there's not reaching out with intentionality, meaning that you don't know who the hell I am. Now, that said, there are times for mass messaging. Mass messaging when you're doing awareness campaigns, which is what we're doing as it relates to our courses, right? So courses, we do awareness campaigns, and they're a little bit more generic. All right. Anyway, so it says, my company, whatever, specializes in optimizing executives' online presence. We create thought leadership content and boost engagement for senior and C-suite professionals like me. I'd love to have one of our analysts take you through a complimentary analysis of your current online presence and recommendations to grow it. Would you have time? Blah, blah, blah. I don't hate this, but where it goes awry is I'm just not the target audience. So it doesn't matter if she's articulated value, if she's articulated impact and solving a problem that I could potentially have as a senior level C-suite professional, because a lot of senior level C-suite professionals have done a really shitty job with their personal brands because they're busy. They don't have time to do a lot of the stuff that a guy like me does, but that's part of my business to do those things. So there's value this person could potentially bring to that person. Now, this is a high ticket item. I can tell you right now, this isn't like $300 a month and keep it moving. No, this is more than likely a high ticket item, which means that you got to do some more work to make sure the person that you're targeting is actually a fit. They're actually your ICP. And this is just first level ICP. So they just did, hey, I need people that are C levels and senior level executives. Boom, that's it. And then they're spraying and praying. Now, will they get some results? Maybe. Will they get better results and faster results. Think about that. Not just better results, but faster results if they are more targeted, if they take time to actually use some of the other data that's available, like activity on LinkedIn, activity on social. If they had just one criteria in this that said, "Hey, sure, this is someone that only posts, once a quarter or once a month, whatever." Boom, they have a better chance of hitting their target. I'm a guy that I will post anywhere from 7 to 10 times in a week. I'm not your target. All right, let's see what the tool says. Tool says, "See, I told you, tool doesn't hate this." It starts with the ICP fit. 7 out of 10, it gives it. Says what works well is the message targets senior executives, which align with the stated goal of optimizing online presence. Says, wait, blah, blah, blah. Okay. The three W's, it gives it a 6 out of 10 on the three W's. And for those of you who are not aware of my three W's framework, it is very simple. You need to articulate who you are, what you do, and what's in it for me, meaning the person on the other end. What's in it for them? Why should they give a shit? And then your call to action, which your call to action is never to buy your shit. Your call to action is, hey, I've sparked your interest. How about a meeting? Okay. Clarity gets an 8 out of 10. That's pretty good. I thought it was pretty clear. Yeah. Clarity, it says what works well. Oh, let me back to the three W's. It says what works well is the message briefly introduces the company and its specialty. What needs improvement is the who and what's in it for me. Aha. Could be clear, more compelling, specific recommendations, strengthen the credibility of the company, and clearly outline the direct benefits to the prospect. That is so important. What's in it for me? Why should I give a shit? And the what's in it for me and why I should give a shit is the outcomes that you're going to produce for me that matter to me or potentially matter to me because you're reaching out to somebody that you've got alignment with. They fit your ICP. So within a reasonable uh, margin of error that your pain point or your value prop is going to resonate with that person. Okay, because this is something that people like them typically care a lot about. Why? Because they're your ICP. Okay, now is it going to be 100%? No, but in this case, yeah, they haven't articulated anything at all that is going to move the needle for me. Because also, what you're trying to do is to create a sense of urgency. People are busy, especially their target audience, which is senior level executives. They're not sitting around waiting for you to reach out to them. So you got to give something compelling in that what's in it for me, and it has to be something that matters to that person. So a lot of senior level executives, I'm just going off the top of the dome. They want to do things like get speaking engagements. They want to build their thought leadership in their industry because if you're a senior level, C level, you're probably pretty ambitious and aspirational. So those are the sorts of value props or results or whatever that you want to communicate in the what's in it for me sort of thing for someone like this. And a lot of times folks are going to be ego driven too. So those are things you can lean into. All right, clarity. What works well? Again, the message is relatively clear and free from jargon. What needs improvement? The overall value proposition could be presented more succinctly. Pardon me. So that's good. That's 8 out of 10. Personalization gives it a 5 out of 10. Says what works well is the message attempts to address the specific role of the recipient. Although it's a little off, it's a kind of a generic one, but still, what needs improvement is it lacks personalization specific to the recipient's industry or unique challenges. Now, think about that. How much more powerful would this message be if it spoke to my industry specifically? And that's just a little change in the jar in the copy. Instead of just saying senior level executives, well, you say, hey, look, senior level executives in technology channel sales or something like that, like whatever industry they're in. The more specificity you can bring to the table, the more it's going to connect and they're going to relate to it, and they're going to and it will help you to get your meeting. All right, so what the tool says is it lacks personalization specific to the recipient's industry or unique challenges. Its recommendations are include specific details relevant to the executive's industry or known challenges. Hello, duh. Okay, and lastly, the call to action, it gives it a 6 out of 10. And that 6 out of 10 says what works well is the CTA offers a Calendly link for easy scheduling. What needs improvement? The CTA could be more direct and focused. Here's a recommendation: ask for a specific time and offer to adjust based on the recipient's availability if needed. You see, the reason why things like that are important is because you want to be easy to do business with people. You want to be prescriptive. And let me let you in on a little secret: people like being told what to do. They do. I know we say we don't, but we do because it's easier. What we don't like is being told what to do by a dumbass who's not credible. There's the difference. So the more prescriptive you can be, the more direct that you can be, and making yourself easier to do business. But all that starts with what we said earlier in the process, right? The credibility and all that sort of thing, right? Um, so that's a lot of what we're trying to do in the consultative relationship centric approach to sales in general, is to establish ourselves as an authority, to establish ourselves as credible, and then once you're establishing that yourself as credible, as an authority, and as someone that is uniquely qualified and an expert at diagnosing the challenges and needs of the prospect, well, then they follow because most people do. Just is what it is. All right. Just some people that needs to be communicated in different ways. All right. So let's see what else the tool says. So it gives it an overall 6.4 out of 10, and gives it a top three priorities to improve. Enhance the personalization by including specific details relevant to the executive's industry or known challenges. Clarify the what's in it for me by directly tying benefits to the potential KPIs or metrics that executive cares about, and strengthen the credibility and uniqueness of the offering in the who section. Okay. So then it goes on to give an example using the three W's framework. So who I am. I like saying who am I, but who I am, I guess, is probably more grammatically correct. I'm not the grammar police, and I don't care as long as you can understand what I say, even though I'm grammatically flawed. I'm good with it. All right. The goal and who I am. Who God, it feels weird even saying it. Who am I? I like saying who am I? Anyway, the goal is to establish instant relevance in their world, which she didn't do that at all. So I'm Laura Red, senior analyst at whatever, specializing in enhancing online presence for senior executives like you. Now, this is my little Ronnell AI agent that we've put a lot into this thing to build it out, giving you, robot speak. So, you can adjust that, but you get it, right? You get where it's going. It's saying, hey, listen, that first statement, tell me that you know my business. That's a terrific opportunity. Just right then, like just simply saying, hey, something like this where you are expressing a expertise in my business. Okay. Next, what I do. This is the problem, the mechanism, and the outcome. So it says the goals make the value obvious fast. Right. So here's an example of how you can do that by saying, we help executives like you who lack time to manage their online presence effectively, using tailored content and engagement strategies so you can increase visibility, influence, and credibility. Ooh, I like influence and credibility. How about that? Like that. And number three, lastly, the what's in it for you. This is where you tie outcomes or KPIs. So higher engagement equals improved professional network. Enhanced visibility means more strategic opportunities. Increased credibility means strengthened leadership position. So and then it gives you a definitive CTA, which is, are you open to a brief session to explore these possibilities? Please share your calendar. It was easier. So the please share your calendar thing that's something I've been doing for years. And ultimately what we're trying to do for efficiency is to have people schedule in your calendar link, right? It gets rid of the back and forth. But there's an ego thing, right? Like everyone wants to feel important, and they should feel important. Um, so when you just push your calendar link, you got to think about psychology. When you just push your link on people, it's like, who the F is this guy? Like, okay, like I'm scheduling your calendar. Okay, kick rocks, buddy. Instead, by simply saying, hey, share your calendar link with me, please. I'll be happy to book time on your calendar link. But hey, if it's easier, here's mine. Again, they're in the bird dog seat in that situation. They're in the bird dog seat. It's about them. It ain't about you. Okay. And you'll find that people are far more receptive to that. All right. So, and it gives a few more things. You can see Equality War says, "Would a stranger in the role instantly get why me in 10 seconds?" And yes, this is all good stuff to help you to be better. Pardon me, to be better at um, doing outreach. Right? This tool is awesome. So use it. It's free. FREE. And what I always recommend is take some of the pitches that are from your LinkedIn, just like mine, and plug them in here just so you can kind of understand, oh, this is the framework. This is what's going on. This is where this could be better. And that will help you to connect with the philosophy because it's ultimately the philosophy that's going to make you successful. The philosophy of understanding, oh, what a successful outcome is, what the outcome is that we're trying to get here, and how to tactically get there, right? So the philosophy, but it all starts with the philosophy, understanding how we do outreach, why we do outreach, who we're doing outreach to, and why we're doing outreach to these people, and what success looks like for us and what success looks like for them. And as a reminder, as we're coming at the top of the hour, and I got to hop on a call, the objective in your outreach is never to sell your shit. It ain't about selling your shit. It's about getting an appointment. It's about getting interest. That's your objective. Okay. To get a meeting. And that is it. So stop pitch slapping, make it much more succinct. Use the perfect message tool. It will help you to make it succinct. Now, my recommendations for you in crafting your message, I would start with being as verbose as possible. Okay. Whatever it is you're thinking about doing first of all, again, work on the database and make sure you're reaching out to someone with intention. And then just type up like the longest outreach message you could possibly think of, right? Just like, hi, I'm Ronnell and I do this and that and that, whatever you would normally do, but just make it long and then put it into the tool and let the tool cut it up for you. All right. So it can take that because the more information you give it, the better it's going to be. Like if I don't give it much information, it doesn't have much to go off of. And so it's not going to be as impactful and effective as it can be for you if you give it. Just like this email was, or this direct message was perfect because it gave quite a bit of information. And there were some gaps, but it gave quite a bit of information and was enough for the tool to be as helpful as possible. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining. Have a fantastic week. Have a great Monday. I hope this got you started off on the right direction. Get your prospecting in, not now, but right now, and start building for a strong Q4. Peace out.